Good morning, students. This is the complete video of the chapter development, and this video has been made for class 10th. Now in this video we will try to understand the role of development in human life. We will also try to understand the different developmental goals for different people. So let us discuss development and its elements. Now, as we were discussing, everyone or every individual has different developmental goal. First of all, we have to understand that what is development. So it is a process and goals are ever changing. So basically it is a process to achieve certain goals, and different people have different developmental goals because their aspirations, desires, needs as well as their life situation are different from each other. That is why different people have different developmental goal. Sometimes one developmental goal of one person may come in conflict with other developmental goal. So we need to understand here three important points about the development goals. A person wants to get developed, he will first of all try to set his goal, and once his goal will be achieved, he will call himself a developed personality. First of all, the three important aspects are there, that different people have different developmental goals. Second, the developmental goals may come in conflict with each other. And third point is that a person may have multi goals under the development program. It means at the same time a person may want to achieve different goals. Now let us understand that what is development and how different people have different goals. People seek things that are most important for them, that is which can fulfill their aspirations or desire. So basically people seek things, or people try to achieve those things which are very attractive or which comes under their aspiration. In fact, at times two person or group of persons may seek things which are conflicting. Like if we are thinking about industrialist and we are thinking about environmentalist, then the goal of industrialist are quite different from the goal of environmentalist. We need to understand here the goal of environmentalist is to protect forest or green areas, whereas the goal of industrialist is to vacate the forest area or green area. So that is why it is written here that different person may have different goals, and goals may come in conflict with each other. Similarly, different people can have different developmental goals, and what may be developed for one may not be developed for the other. It may be even destructive for the other. So as I gave you example of environmentalist and industrialist, so we have to understand in that context only. So 3 points are very clear. First, different person have different goals, different developmental goals. The goals may come in conflict with each other. And third point, that a person may at the same time have different goals. A person who wants to become doctor at the same time wants to become good painter also. So we need to understand here that different people have different goals. We need to understand the three different aspects of developmental goal. Now we are going to understand the development goals of different categories of person, and it can be solved through example. Now first category of person is a farmer. A farmer who is a very poor person in this particular context, and he depends on rain for growing crops, and that is why I use the word very poor farmer, because he is dependent, he is not having irrigation facility. So what would be his developmental goal? To get the land irrigated or to grow more crops. That would be his developmental goal or aspirations. Similarly, a woman from a land owning family, a village woman, she is having a land owning family, she is from the land owning family. So basically her goal, development goal, is to achieve land or better life. Urban unemployed youth, So his aim or developmental goal is to achieve good job for the betterment of his life. And Adivasi is from Narmada Valley. So of course his developmental goal is to live within the environment or within the forest area. So different person are having different developmental goals, and all are trying to achieve it by setting their goals. So basically these are aspirations which are represented as developmental goal. Now we need to understand that if we are thinking about goals, that most of the example have said that people are preferring the income as their first developmental goal. In all the categories, income is considered the most important developmental goal. I mean to say, here people will first prefer income or money. But that is not true. Although it is correct that people prefer to earn more income for fulfilling their daily requirements of life. And companies also provide material things like money. But at the same time, people needs also non-materialistic things like freedom, security, respect of others, friendship. So these are equally important in the life of a human being. So we need to understand that not only income, but the other factors, non-monetary factors also influence the developmental goal of an individual. It is very clear that there are many things which can't measure easily, but means a lot to our lives. These are often ignored. For example, love and care of friends and parents, respect from others, trust and beliefs. So it will be wrong to say that what cannot be measured is not important. So we need to understand that only measurable things are not important in our life, but the things which are very valuable may be non-materialistic also. So far we discussed about the developmental goal or the aspirations of an individual. Now what about the national development or national developmental goal? What India should do for development? Now here we are going to switch ourselves from the individual to the nation. So here we must understand the national development. Here it is very clear that how the word development can be targeted by a nation like India, how the development can be achieved in our country. In order to understand the notion of development, we need to compare it with other countries. But again, question may arise, then how to compare different countries or states? We cannot take national income to compare different countries because each country has different population rate. We need to understand here that we cannot just compare two countries because population is different criteria. We are comparing Japan and India, but at the same time we must put in our mind that India is second populous country all over the world. So for making comparison between countries, total income is not such useful measure. So we can't take only income, because if we're going to count national income, then it will definitely be high in a country like India because of its population, whereas in Japan population is quite less. So we need to understand here that in order to compare the different countries, what we require today is the average income, not the total income or the national income. Because if we'll consider national income as a criteria, then of course national income of India would have been more than Japan, but it is not so. So we need to understand that in order to get the correct figure, in order to get the complete figure, we need to compare the average income of different countries. Then what is average income? Average income can be presented under the formula, that is total income of the country divided by total number of population. I mean to say we need to write in context of formula and we can get the average income. So average income is also known as per capita income. So by using the per capita income, we can compare the different countries. So per capita income is very important. We need to understand the formula also, and we need to understand the concept also. per capita income of a country shows the standard of living of the citizens of that particular country. And countries with high per capita income would be more developed, and countries with less per capita income will be less developed. The income of the country is the income of all the residents of the country. This gives us the total income of the country. So we need to understand here, total income of the country divided by total population of the country will give you per capita income. On that basis, we can compare the two different countries or different countries. I mean to say, here on that basis only we can compare the countries or the developmental status of the country. Now here two different organizations are there which are publishing their report in order to understand. Basically UNDP is there and World Bank is also there. So UNDP is releasing its report and it is also releasing Human Development Index, whereas World Development Report is also there. It is released by World Bank. Now we need to understand, by going through the HDI, that is Human Development Index, we can find out that how much a particular country is ahead of from the others. Like we can see here that in terms of Human Development Index, we can easily understand that in 2018 the position was quite high, but now in 2019 it dropped by 2 points. So the India's HDI rank in 2019 is 131, and highest we can understand it is 52, or above that many countries were there, but only particular segment has been taken because in order to get the figure of India. So here it shows that Human Development Index shows how much people are developed in this country and what is the total ranking among the world. So far we discussed the national income, we discussed the developmental goal of an individual. Now we need to understand also the meaning of human development, because if we are talking about development, then we must understand a particular aspect of development, that is human development. So far we were discussing in general context. Now we must understand this in specific context, that is human development, not economic, not social, but we are talking about here human development. So development of an individual in such a way that he can able to earn and fulfill his materialistic desire. I mean to say, if we are talking about human development, it means that we must be able to earn and fulfill our requirements, daily requirements. It means the human development is that development which will make the person capable of earning the livelihood and the materialistic thing for his life. Now the most important aspect of the human development is the sustainability of development, or how the development would be sustained. We all know that since the second half of the 20th century, a number of scientists have been warning that the present type and levels of development are not sustainable, because we were focusing more on taking out the resources. Resources are replenished by nature, as in case of crops and plants. In the case of groundwater, if we use more than what is being replenished by rain, then we would be overusing these resources. There is a mismatch in the depletion of resources and the deposition of resources. And if this mismatch will continue, then of course we will face some trouble in the upcoming future. So consequence would be environmental degradation. No, and environmental degradation is not going to degrade only a particular nation, because it is not recognizing any particular border. It will create disturbance in the entire world, because today we are living in a globalized world, and here in the globalized world everyone is connected with each other. We can understand with the example of COVID-19. So here, because COVID-19 emerged in China and thereafter it engulfed the entire world, it is because of globalization. So we need to understand here also that if environmental concern will start, or if the environmental problem will start because of lack of sustainable development, or because of mismatch in deposition and depletion of resources, then of course the problem will start, and at last will not be able to survive. Once the problem will initiate in one country, it will definitely engulf the other countries. So it is better we should understand the meaning of sustainability of development, or sustainable development, and we must work in order to save our environment, and in that sense only the actual development will be achieved, because without nature, without environment, a human being will not in a position to develop himself. So that is why it is very important to understand the sustainable development under the human development aspect. So this is all about in this video, and we have to understand also that it is a new term that has emerged, and we need to understand here that the question of development is still incomplete, because we cannot mark any particular point as a developmental point that has been achieved. We need to go on, we need to continue our journey. Thank you so much.